2011 Margaret Brent Award recipient, the Honorable Esther Tomljanovich. She is known as one of the pioneering women in the Minnesota judiciary. Her spirit was forged in a childhood marked by the poverty of the Great Depression. Educated in a one-room country schoolhouse, Justice Tomljanovich caught a glimpse of the larger world through the small local library in which she read and reread every one of its 100 books. She was inspired to pursue a career in law by the exploits of the lawyer heroine in a radio soap opera called Portia Faces Life. After graduating from Itasca Community College, Justice Tomljanovich enrolled in the St. Paul College of Law, now the William Mitchell College of Law. Working day jobs and attending school at night, she graduated in 1955 as the only woman in her class. In 1957, she married Bill Tomljanovich, her law school classmate, and had a son, William. She noted that, at that time, women trying to secure a job in the legal profession were nearly invisible in what was still largely considered a man's world. Undeterred, she applied for a government job because there was less discrimination in those positions. She accepted a post as Assistant Reviser of Statutes for the Minnesota Legislature, where she was told it was a perfect job for women since they do boring work so well. Indeed, Justice Tomljanovich did excel at drafting bills for legislators and developing important networking relationships with her male colleagues. She was named Minnesota's first woman Reviser of Statutes in 1974, and 3 years later she was appointed to the 10th Judicial District Trial Court bench, only the second female district judge in Minnesota history. In her 13 years of service to the district court, Justice Tomljanovich was known for her common-sense approach and her just and compassionate rulings. She was selected as the only judge to serve on a commission to screen and recommend judicial applicants, and she was instrumental in ensuring that qualified women were fairly considered for the bench. As a result, the number of women judges in Minnesota nearly tripled. In 1990, she was appointed to the Minnesota Supreme Court, and the following year saw Minnesota become the first state ever with a female majority in its highest court. Justice Tomljanovich was known for a complete lack of pretense that allowed for a courtroom atmosphere of mutual respect. Her concern for those appearing before the court did not stop at the bench. She became actively involved with Amicus, a nonprofit organization assisting prisoners in their transition back to society, and serves on an advisory commission to the Commissioner of Corrections on Women Offenders that seeks to improve the plight of women offenders, often victims themselves, in the criminal justice system. It remains her favorite cause. As an extremely approachable Supreme Court justice, she fostered amiable relationships with everyone she encountered. Justice Tomljanovich performed regularly at Bar Association events, hosted gatherings of women lawyers in her home and in her chambers, and she continues to inspire and encourage future women lawyers through her scholarship at the William Mitchell College of Law. She has achieved a lasting legacy of support with the school's Women in Law Tea that has since been named in her honor. Retiring from the bench in 1998, Justice Tomljanovich continues to mentor, encourage, and enjoy the friendship of young women lawyers. She often travels to spend time with her son, who lives with his family in The Hague and works for the UN War Crimes Tribunal for the former Yugoslavia. With her warm and engaging style and ever-present wit, Esther Tomljanovich has been an outstanding leader in her profession and a beacon for women in her long tenure as an attorney, judge, and civic leader. For a truly admirable career, the American Bar Association Commission on Women in the Profession is proud to present its 2011 Margaret Brent Women Lawyers of Achievement Award to the Honorable Esther Tomljanovich.
I had not planned on following Colonel Ryan to the not an enviable position. So, thank you so much. No one should ever get an award for having as much fun and happiness as I have had in this career. My friendships with young women lawyers and law students are one of the great joys of my life. I'm able to share in their lives, rejoice in their triumphs. They help to make my life rich and full. And special thanks to one of those, Judge Mary Vasily, who is here today, and whose idea it was to nominate me for this award. And thank you, Mary. I'm grateful for a lot of things today. And one of those things is happy for, is that in the 1940s there was that radio soap opera, Portia Faces Life. The soap opera Portia was a lawyer, and she became my role model. I had never met a lawyer. I didn't know if there were any women lawyers, but there was Portia. And in my adolescent imagination, she was tall and willowy, and she had hollow cheeks. And I was going to grow up to be just like Portia. I'm also grateful to William Mitchell College of Law for making it possible for me to go to law school. In 1951, I could enroll with my brand new 2-year junior college degree, attend law school at night, and work by day. I never did manage to become that tall, willowy Portia, but I did outdo her in one area because, like most soap opera heroines, her private life was not very successful and didn't run smoothly. I, on the other hand, have been married to my patient, supportive law school classmate for 54 years. And that is a long time. He would probably tell you it's even longer than that. And our son Bill is here with my daughter-in-law Isabella and my 2 grandchildren, Tony and Anna Maria, who make my life full and complete. And you may have heard them at some point during the meeting, I'm not sure. Finally, and I'm really grateful to them for their constant love and their constant support. And finally, I'm grateful to medical health plans and insurance companies. When I retired from the Minnesota Supreme Court, I believed that my world would grow smaller, my friends would get old and die, and my brain might atrophy. And then I was invited to join the Medica Board of Directors. As I retired, all my friends were lawyers and judges because that's who I had associated with all those years. And when I went to Medica, I met all these business people who I discovered do not think like us. So I made new friends, I thought new thoughts, and my world became bigger and more interesting. And I want to extend my special thanks to John Buck, the chair of our board, who's here today, and all my friends from Medica for that great opportunity. I'm proud to have seen Minnesota women lawyers grow from a handful of us on the outside looking in to a large, influential organization, and thank all of you for being here today, too. In the past 60 years, I've seen women come from the fringes of the legal profession, from being invisible, from being discriminated at every turn, to this room filled with successful, accomplished women. And looking around today, we might ask ourselves, couldn't we just dispense with the Commission on Women in the Profession, with Minnesota women lawyers, with the William Mitchell Women in Law Committee? And my answer is no. Despite our progress, there is still great need. I worry about a backlash to our success. Fewer women achieving the upper echelons of the law firms, the number of women on higher courts eroding, women judges on the higher courts eroding. So there is still lots of work to do to assure our place as equal partners in the legal profession. And I have special thanks to the ABA and to the Commission on Women for recognizing that need. And my absolute most humble and profuse thanks for this award. In 1951, when I boarded the Greyhound bus for that big, scary city of St. Paul, I never imagined that journey would end here with an award from the American Bar Association. My life has been one that's been filled with fun and friends and love, and now I'm told I get an award for it. I'm surprised, I'm humbled, and I'm grateful, and my most profound thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.